Chandler. I'm Councilmember Christine Ellis. Welcome to Breaking Barrier. Today, I'm talking to a group of powerful women that are in our community. But why? The reason is because this month is Hispanic Heritage Month. And because of all of us having come from different parts of the world with a Hispanic background, and here we are sitting together having a conversation about what are we going to do while we're here, why we are here, and how we're going to do it. Ladies, welcome to Chandler.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Welcome in our studio. And right before we came on set, we were just talking how powerful it is because here in Chandler, we have an all-women team behind the camera. This alone is powerful. And here we are now sitting together having a conversation. I'm excited to have you here with me today. And what I will do to begin with, I will ask each one of you to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about who you are.
Okay, well,
Ms.
thank you
Martha?
very much for inviting me. I'm so honored to be here with you.
Thank you for being
And thank
here.
you for the audience to be watching us. So
Yeah.
my name is Martha Llamas, and I'm a small business owner. Most of my business here is in Chandler. I own a commercial cleaning company, and I employ more than 70 people. And
amazing.
recently, I just opened another account here actually in Chandler too.
That's
So
amazing.
my business is growing, and I love this city. It's so welcoming. It's so amazing. I'm in several boards here in Chandler.
All
So
right.
I have different businesses like Orígenes. We work a lot with the Hispanic community.
Yes.
And especially most of my employees are probably 95% Hispanics.
Yes.
So I am very, very happy and proud with what I do.
So well integrated into the community.
Yes,
And
totally.
I love it, the fact that you are also someone who is making jobs happen for people, bringing
Totally.
people to the table, empowering them. We want to hear more a little bit about your story later, but right now I would like to hear a little
Thank
bit
you so
about
much.
you.
My name is Adriana Brown, and,
Yes.
and I appreciate the time for having me here. And what I do here in Chandler, I'm a real estate agent.
Amazing.
Yes, I'm a citizen here. I live here in
Yes.
Chandler, Arizona.
Yeah.
And I love helping people. I love my community.
Yes.
So
Important.
I work with these two amazing women here around me,
Yeah,
and
amazing.
helping another woman
Yes.
and helping them achieve their goals here in the community.
And that's what's important, right? We don't leave anyone behind. We just come alongside
Exactly.
other people as we were blessed. It is powerful when we can find it within ourselves because he says too much is given, much is required.
Right.
And so here you are giving back to your community. That's
Yes.
amazing. I love it. What about you, my
Well,
darling?
it's such a privilege to be here with you and, of course, these two beautiful ladies that I love.
Yes.
My name is Sofia Mariscales, and I actually am from here, from Arizona. I am the founder and CEO of something called Creando Alianzas, and this
Yes.
is a Latina entrepreneur networking platform.
Yeah.
And what we do is basically facilitate the process for them to be able to achieve goals and dreams and
amazing.
take their businesses to a whole different level.
I love it. I love it. All of you ladies are well set into your spheres of influence, and it is going to be a great show today. Get ready, Chandler, because we're going to be talking about some amazing things. As you know, in September, from the 15th of September to the 15th of October, it is the celebration of Hispanic Month, and those of our ancestors that are from the other countries like Spain, Mexico, the Caribbean, Central and South America. Earlier we said it. As long as you're in the Latin American continent, you're a Latina.
Wow.
Right? Or you're a Latina.
We are.
So I'm excited. I'm excited. Let's talk about, in honor of this celebration, let's really talk about what is it that when we come here to this country, what inspires us to be here, and when we get here, what is it that we are going to do? So Martha, let's start with you first, okay? I'm going to ask you some great questions.
Okay.
I know your story. The first time I met you, literally, I went on my phone after I've spoken with her, and I put her name in my phone as the Cinderella story. Because after she
Aw.
told me her story, it was point blank that this woman was meant to be where she is right now, right here in this moment with us. Bring us in a little bit. Tell us a little bit about how this story started to make you the person that you are today.
Well, how did it start? Well, my mom was running away from domestic violence herself from Mexico, and she brought us, 8 of us, to the United States. I was only 11 years old, and my mom working day and night. You know, I grew up in South Phoenix.
Yes.
And just being a free bird, do whatever I wanted to do. My mom never was around because she was always working. I oh my God, where do I go? You know, I went through high school. I dropped out of high school, and at the age of 17, I was tired of partying and living in, you know, the life of a teenager. And I decided, okay, it's time for me to get married, find a husband. And at the age of 17, I found this guy. He was 30 years old. I was 17.
Wow.
And then after moving in with him, we dated for 3 months. Then he took me in. We started living together. After 3 months. That's when I started knowing that I was moving in with the devil.
Wow.
I'm a survivor of domestic violence. I lived for 4 years.
You're more than a survivor. You're thriving. You're thriving.
Thriving. However you want. But then after 4 years of surviving rape, torture, anything that a woman can go through, I went through hell. At the age of 22, I got shot. But I had my 2 boys, a 4-year-old and an 8-month-old boy. And then after getting shot, what a woman has to do. I didn't have a diploma. I didn't have high school. I didn't know anything. The only thing I knew how to do was to clean. So a month later, my mother actually was working in a janitorial company.
Yes.
And I had 2 boys to support. So
you do what you gotta
I
do.
had to do
Girls
what I
got
had
to
to
do
do.
what girl got
And
to
this
do.
is what the woman says, okay, you went through hell, now what do?
Yeah.
You keep going.
Yes.
Right?
Through. It's through.
You just keep going through. Don't look back. And that's what I did. My mom helped me so much. So I started working as a janitor. Then I moved in the company. I moved my way up. Actually, I started here in 1998 in Chandler.
My God.
In microchip technology, working as a janitor there.
Wow, microchip, that was way back then.
That was way back then when it just came, in 1996, became public.
Yes.
Microchip was $1 million company.
Yeah.
So right now is a multi-billion-dollar company. I don't know how big it is. But I started working there, and I moved my way. I love my job so much that I moved my way up. There were very important people in my life who I was looking up to, especially the managers, the vice presidents. Someday.
Come on.
I was just dreaming.
I love it when we keep looking at that someday.
And someday, you don't look back, you look forward.
Yes.
And because never being in that kind of environment, seeing engineers, seeing secretaries, seeing powerful women sitting, you just look up and say, someday. So I started in 98. In 2002, I knew the business so well that I told my boss, I says, I'm ready to move on. I'm buying my own business, my own franchise business.
Yes.
And 2002, the decision came. We bought the business, and I ended up buying the contracts of microchip. I stayed in microchip.
I love it.
Never
forget about the past, right?
Never. So I stayed there for, 2002, we bought the business. In 2005, I paid all the debt. I paid everything that I started with 15 people, then 30, then 40, then 50. It just kept going. In 2006, I was already enjoying my American dream. By then, I already had 60 plus employees, and I was making more than my husband now.
Yep.
And I'm like, okay, I am a businesswoman now. I am living the American dream, and I never look back. I never look back. When you focus and you look into the future, miracles happen.
It does. And look at us right now. And I want to piggyback on your little story a little bit, and then I'll come back to you, Miss Andrea. So tell us, how did you arrive to sit right here with us in this roundtable?
I was actually very blessed that my mom lived in Mexico, but we lived in the border.
Yes.
basically it was the same distance to go to the largest city in Mexico, like close to us, than to come to Phoenix area. So when she was pregnant with me and decided to it was time to give birth, she decided to come to Phoenix, Arizona, which was a blessing to me because that opened so many doors. And that's how I ended up being from Arizona, and that's how my life story started. But I married very young. I went to school here, graduated from high school, started college, and very happily married for 7 years, and the unexpected happened. I had 3 babies, beautiful babies, and my husband passed away in an accident.
Wow.
Yes. So I can tell you that that's when my story truly started. I knew they had to be something to be able to provide for my children.
Yes.
I was 25 years old back then.
Wow.
Didn't have life insurance. I had to start basically from zero. But I had something very clear in my mind, and it was the fact that I wanted to be an involved, active mom, but also be able to be that good provider, right?
Yeah,
Give
of
them the
course,
best
of
quality
course,
of life.
doing
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. So a friend introduced me to a business, something I could do from home, and that changed it all.
Wow.
And yes, I've been working for a US-based manufacturer, creating a customer base, doing marketing with them. And I've been doing that for 15 years. In the first 2 years when I started working with them, it showed me that I was able to. You know, I never worked in my life.
You had the passion.
Yes, I didn't finish a college degree, started college here at ASU, but didn't graduate because I became mom and a wife. And that kind of stopped, you know, those personal goals. But when I was forced to, in a way,
Yes.
to go back to the workforce, I decided to go back to college, but it was going to take too long to get results from that. So decided to focus on my business. By the first year, I was able to find that financial piece again to be able to provide. Maybe no, you know, not a luxury lifestyle, but definitely be that provider for my
Taking care of your
children. Yeah, making sure they were okay. By my second year, I was making a 6-figure income.
Come on.
Yeah, and I started dreaming with, hey, what if I can teach other women to do it? You know,
Yes,
what if I
yes.
can help others do it?
Yes.
So I thought it's my time to give forward.
Yeah.
And time went by. It was in 2015 that I got the calling to do more than just my business. And I started with this dream that I could definitely help and empower women who wanted to, but maybe they
Yes.
didn't have the resources, or maybe they didn't have the knowledge to start their own business.
Just like when you started.
Yes. So I thought, you know, what if I can use what I've learned to help them? Well, council member, what I didn't know is I actually did a meeting here in Arizona, and a first meeting with 25 women entrepreneurs from our Hispanic market, or our Hispanic community, and about 44 showed up.
Come on.
4 years ago.
You know you got something good going, right? When all these women show up.
Yeah, so 44 of them, and it was the beginning of something amazing.
I love it.
Yeah, this has grown international now.
Yes,
we host networking events. Here in Chandler, it's actually one of our cities, but we host networking events in 20 different cities among U.S., Puerto Rico, and Mexico.
I love
And
it.
it's been such a blessing. I'm actually very, very blessed to have Martha in my life, because she's one of those women who have come, and she's created so much impact, because her story shows us that American dream is possible.
It's possible.
Yes.
It's obtainable.
Yes.
It's at reach. Because I tell people sometimes when you touch me, you touch faith. And so there is something to be said about having some flesh and blood in front of you that has gone somewhere for you to say, hey, if she can, so can I.
Correct.
So let's talk a little bit about your story. This is amazing, ladies. I mean, come on.
Well,
Yes, power.
we love her. She's actually she's my right hand in Creando Alianzas Arizona. So she is the person in charge of our platform. We love her because she's an extraordinary woman, very professional, very passionate about helping people with her profession.
Tell me about this story now.
Well, my story, I can start from telling that I'm from Mexico. So I grew up there. I went to college there. Then I came here in 2008.
Yeah.
And then got my MBA here.
Yes.
So I all my life I've been looking for like to improve, be better,
Yep.
and helping people around me. So what I do now is help families to find programs to help them get houses, homes, because it's a dream for many people.
Yes, it
Yeah.
is. It is a big
Yeah,
dream.
many people come. They come from another countries, so they don't speak the language here.
Yeah.
So we help. I have a team, so we speak Spanish, and we are able to help these people in their languages. So we explain them all the process in their language. They can be involved. They can take decisions and do
so
the right
cool.
thing, yeah, for their futures and their families.
It is amazing. Thank you so much for everything that you ladies do in our communities. And I could see the passion coming through every single one of you. I always tell people, don't really kind of look at your small beginning, because you don't have any idea where we're going to end up. So what do you guys think? How do you think that the representation of Hispanic women in leadership roles can inspire and empower other women from similar backgrounds? Because we all here, every single one of us have a different background. I mean, if you guys hear my story, my God, all the different things that had to put together for us to actually have this roundtable right now. It's amazing. The places that we had to be in, the people we had to meet along the way that propel us to actually be sitting here. It's amazing. So how do you see that happening? Other women looking at us and being inspired for those things to happen?
I believe, in a way, we kind of nurture each other. We learn from
Yes.
each other. So when I first met Martha, and I'm going to speak about her because her story is just so amazing. You hear about a woman who was shot by her husband,
Yeah.
who almost died, and you see her not giving up and saying, I get another chance, and I get an opportunity to do it for my children.
Yes.
And
so
she,
your inspiration is right here.
I think we inspire ourselves,
Yes,
together.
in the
It goes-
circle.
Yes,
Yeah.
you're
All
going to
of
hear
us.
us say that. It's like everything that we do is just,
Yeah.
it's showing the next step. So women who take the challenge and find the courage to go and fulfill their dreams
Yeah.
are just opening a door for others.
right.
Yes, that's what we do for each
That's
other.
amazing. I just love it. I just love the fact that I tell people that basically you are a bridge right now. You're a bridge, because what we have gone through, we don't ever want anybody else to go
No,
through it
no.
in that same sense, but they are going to go through something.
Right.
But at the same time, if I've already gone through it, why do I have to let them go through the same thing? They can go through other stuff, but this thing that I have already mastered, I can actually pick them up and help
Right.
them to cross that bridge.
One of the things that I do a lot, and Sofia does too,
Yeah.
in my community, with my employees especially.
That's the question now.
I go,
That's the question. What is it that you're doing in your community? Go ahead and tell me.
well, one of the things that I always look up to is who needs help, who needs a hand to hold it up and
Yes.
bring them up.
Us.
I always go back to see, okay, I was there at one point.
Correct.
What I went through, how can I lift this other woman?
Yes.
And that's my passion.
Yeah,
If I
love
see
it.
another woman rise up and be happy and get out of their troubles and everything, that fills up my heart.
I love it.
Like in my business, so far I would say probably 30 to 40 women, they already own their own businesses.
Come on now.
Because I hold their hand.
Boom. That's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
I hold their hand and I say, just come on. I
Yes.
did it.
Yes,
You can do it. I'm not different than you.
that's right.
Everybody can do it. And the other thing that I help a lot is getting women or families to get their own houses. Get
You
like
put a team together.
I put a team together
team
and help
together.
them, get them
Wow.
out of the system.
Yes.
Because I was so close to
Mm.
decide. When my mom told me, I says, what do I do after getting shot? Do I go get food stamps or do I get a job?
Correct.
Mm.
What do I do?
That's good.
And my
That's
mom says,
powerful right there.
my mom
Very.
told me, don't ever get handouts. You work for what you want.
Correct.
Come on.
And that was, I always remember those words like yesterday.
Yeah.
So I get to choose, get us a janitor making $5.50 an hour
Yeah.
instead of being dependent on the government. And that is my fight from day one.
Yes,
Stay
for the women
away
in the community.
from getting free things because they cut your wings.
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
Put the wings back on and let them fly.
come
Yes.
on.
Because that's so powerful. And that's what I see in my community. My people need bigger wings. They
Yes.
need to believe in themselves.
Come on.
And step by step, I'm putting the seed there. And that's what I do.
I just love the idea that, we talked about the bridge, bridging the gap, and being that
Yes.
person who's going to tell them, not that we put people down who are getting
No.
assistance, but what we are saying is right now, there's a reason for it. There's a
Yes.
purpose for it.
Amen.
And you don't make it a lifestyle. You don't make it your way in and your way out, but you use it for what it was intended to do, to just give you a chance to get to the next step. And that's what you ladies are doing.
That's what we're
I
doing.
think it's choices at the end of the day. You can choose to rely on someone, or you can choose to take charge of your life. And with our networking platform, what we want to do is give Latina women the power for them to discover themselves. A lot of them have so much to offer, but
Yes.
sometimes they just need a little hand. They just need
Yes.
direction.
Somebody
They
to tell
believe
them.
someone
Come on,
to
Mija.
tell. Yeah,
Let's go.
someone to tell them
Yes.
we're here to help you. And that's
Yes.
what the
Yes.
three of us do. Is what do you need? You know,
Yes.
what are your goals?
Come on.
How can we facilitate this process? Because one day we were all in a bad place.
That's
Adriana went through cancer.
Yes.
I was alone with 3 babies,
Come on.
25 years old. You choose what the next step is going to be. You know, you work
It's a
for that.
choice.
And you know the magic that happens.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't have to give anything physically. Just hold in hand and believe.
That's right.
And,
Help them,
and
empower them to believe.
it's like, whoa. We've seen that so many times. Like we
Yes.
have
Oh my
a
goodness.
mastermind
Yeah.
roundtable.
Oh my gosh.
And to see the ladies, like
You're
one of
making
the
me
ladies.
cry now.
Oh. and Christine, you do that a lot. You just touch people's hands.
Oh.
And you know you can lift the energy and you
Yes.
give them energy and they believe in themselves.
They do.
And
they
that
do.
is magic.
That's
we need
all it takes.
sometimes.
That's all we
it
need.
takes. Yeah,
You
that's
don't-
all it takes.
I tell
Wow.
Martha that she gives us wings to fly because
Yeah.
she's always there asking, how can I help you? And she inspires us to go do the same with other. You know, so it's about I think once you find a way. When we're in a way, you know, doing good.
Yes.
Life is all about what we can do for others.
That's right.
And
Yeah.
and it is what
You
can we
have
do
to
for
give
our
back.
community?
You
You
have
know
to
what
give back.
what positive influence can we bring into this? What are we
Yes.
doing every day and every month to inspire others, right?
Well, actually, that's how I measure success. For me and for those around me, if you are all this and you're not doing anything to help others, to me, you're nothing.
Correct.
Basically, you have not really accomplished what you were created to do here.
Correct.
But with the little bit that you have, and everything that you do is touching someone else, making them better
Yes.
than you met them, right? I
Yes,
said, I'm those who leave you better than when I found you. Because
Correct.
it's important for me to deposit something in you that's going to empower you to be the person that you were created to be. I just love it when we all come together like this. One thing I know for sure, it was in us from the time we were born, right? That heritage
Oh, yeah.
that we get from
Strength.
our,
The strength.
Yeah.
machismo.
Passion,
That passion that is in us. I mean, it is truly. So what are we doing in that spheres of influence to really show people about that heritage? I know that you have a whole organization that you do that. The first time I saw that show, oh my God, I was
Yes. Oh my
mesmerized. I was
goodness.
enthralled.
Yeah.
I was standing on my feet. I was sitting down. I was dancing. I was crying at the same time.
Oh, we
of
have
it.
all pictures of you dancing.
Talk
It was
about
amazing,
maintaining our
and-
culture alive.
And our consul general, he was there, and a friend of mine. We were both together, come on, embracing each other,
Yeah.
and feeling so strong about this heritage that is in us. Tell us a little bit about that.
Of course. Actually, Orígenes started when COVID.
Yep.
We Juan, Araceli, and I, we team up as a team up to do something different.
Yes.
And I said, we saw the artists, the singers, the mariachis, everybody very, very like, now what do we do? Everything's
Yeah.
closed. What do we sing? What do we
Wow,
play? What do we?
wow.
No, let's reinvent ourselves.
Come on.
She doesn't have anything to do, so she decided to reinvent.
Remember, she's that Cinderella. She will make a dress in a
No,
minute.
when you have an idea and you visualize it,
Yes.
you see the end product.
Yes.
Okay, so you go back. How do we get there?
Come on.
For us, it was like, okay, a lot of people cannot go to Mexico. A lot of people cannot travel.
can travel.
Why
Bring
don't
it.
we bring Mexico to them?
And that's the whole of Mexico, okay?
And
Every
literally-
single state was represented.
Yes,
Correct.
that we had last year we had 4 different shows. One of is Mexico de Oro, the
Yeah.
golden age of Mexico.
Yeah.
We brought, like from the 40s, the 40s,
It was
50s,
amazing.
60s.
That
That
show
was-
was amazing.
It was amazing.
It was high tech and also in person.
Yes,
I love
and
it.
then the other one, it was about the northern state, acá en el Gabacho.
Yes.
It was the northern states of Mexico. We brought their culture, the dancing of the deers, and everything. We brought Mexico to our people here. We had more than 300 people coming over, and it's never happened before here in Arizona,
no.
that type of show. So for us to bring something, a little piece, a little heritage of our culture, for different people, backgrounds to come and enjoy it. And you got to see it. I don't have to promote it. You can promote it for me
I
because
was
you were
I
there.
got to see it, and this is something that I think everybody needs to see.
Correct.
Every one of us who would like to experience Mexico in a way, maybe we might never go there, but if we sit in that one, we can see, sitting in the room, we can see all of it right before our eyes in such a beautiful way we present it, and it's amazing. So we accomplish all those things not because we have not surmounted some great adversities, right? Lots of things happen. I remember that night that I was there in that show. One of your right-hand men went to the hospital
very
and did
tough.
not come back. But the show went on.
That was one of the toughest things I could say I've been through in the last years, because he was our decorator, he was our creator, he was a right hand to the show.
Yeah.
He was laying down the red carpet at 1 o'clock, taping the red carpet, finishing up, and all of a sudden he starts getting a heart attack. I get in, we call the ambulance, they take him in, and a half an hour later, it tells he passed away. 3 hours before the show started, we had 350 guests, and you were one of them, to show up in 3 more hours. What do you do?
Yep. What do we do? This is when the women in you.
This is when I would say, I always wanted to be a Marine.
Ooh.
I admire the Marines.
But is it your son?
My son is in the Army, yes. But the person who taught me on how to be tough in my business, it was a Marine. And he always told me about the rules of the Marines.
Yeah.
This is when that night, when that happened, the main thing was for me, okay, I heard in the background, we have to finish this for Juan. And then all of a sudden I shake my head and I said, no, this is not happening. He's not it. I just, you train your mind to not believe that.
Yeah.
And I go talk to the director and I says, can we do this? I go talk to the other artists, can you do this?
Yes.
And it was like, Martha, we can do this. So we took it all in, and I says, nothing happened here. Let's keep going. For some reason, that family says, let's not say anything yet. So that helped. And I'm like, let's just keep going. It was 4 hours, but for me, it was like a 2-minute, like this. I didn't remember. I don't feel, it went, I was a ghost there.
Yes.
But it happened, and we did it.
And you guys did it. And then I think it made the show even more powerful because they knew that they had more like a heavenly strength to continue doing what they were doing. I saw the singers, the passion and the dancing, and oh my God, that night one of the singers threw a shawl at me. I still have that shawl. I'm making my prayer shawl because at the end there where I understood where that shawl came from her heart.
Yes.
It was something that was so precious.
The singers were crying after they were singing.
It was
they
amazing.
were crying.
It was
just
amazing.
the most powerful thing I haven't seen in artists, that they were crying for their friend, but they gave it all.
They gave it all. And so that's one of the places that we can find because I know coming into this country, a lot of people looked at me in different ways and say, you will not be able to accomplish this. You cannot accomplish that. Your background does not dictate for that. You didn't have the degrees for this. You didn't have the degree. And then you're a woman, you're a Black woman, you're a Hispanic woman. There's a lot of things that come at us from different areas. Have you experienced any of those type of things along the way?
Well, I didn't finish a college degree. I was widowed with 3 little ones, 7 months old, 2 years old, and a 6-year-old. So yeah, I had a few things that could have held me back. But I actually think that choices, you decide if that's going to be what's going to stop you, or you decide if that's what's going to be what's going to encourage you, and it's going to become the reason why you get things done. So I think that life is an opportunity, and we're in the country of opportunities.
Amen.
We're in the country where you can make anything happen if it's in your heart. So all you need.
Don't start reaching.
All you need.
We can.
Oh yes, I know.
Can.
And if you feel that you can't, come to Creando Alianzas, and we'll show you that you can.
Because no matter what people say, it shouldn't stop you.
Never.
Adversity comes, right? Cancer, everything. Everything says that you're not going to make it. Where did you find that passion within you? Where did you find that? How did that shape your identity right now as a Hispanic woman?
Well, I'll say that was like right there where I discovered who I was.
Wow.
Like who Adriana really was, because I had 2 little kids in my family, so I had too many dreams, many goals, many things to do still. So I think it's something hard. It's something that how to say that I had to go and find myself with God. Because I need something bigger than me, like something that I had to. That was not here. So I found there
your strength and
my
your
strength.
courage to move on.
Yes.
This is amazing. I mean, to sit here with us looking healthy, everything and happy and have a joy in your heart, but having to say to death, not today.
And the situation,
not today.
I always look like this. So it was a surprise to me because I feel like normal.
The
and
whole
it
time.
was the whole time. So
and you hear, that's not the typical, that's how the disease process goes.
Exactly.
But to have that, it's definitely a blessing, and to know that you have to go through it. You went in, you came out.
Exactly. Now, I had a new opportunity to
be able to do that.
Yeah, to be able to continue, and then as another person. So now what I want is just live, enjoy, and help my community, my people.
Giving back.
Yes.
Well, this is what we would like to talk about right now. We've gone through some stuff, right? Oh, yes. There's no question about it. Because if the people of Chandler are watching us right now in this season of Hispanic Heritage Month, and when everything right now is going to highlight who you ladies are in the Latin community, and everything about them, the great things that they have accomplished, and also the trial that they are going through. I tell people I'm a dreamer. I came here the same way. The first 4 years, I was not right like everybody else. But as you said, we said that was not gonna, we wanted to be educated. We wanted to get out. We wanted to be able to do something. That's why it's important to me that I don't look at people in the way that I see them, but I look deeper to see what is it that they have inside of them that we can nurture to become what it was really intended to be. And so now the question we're going to finish with is, how are we going to continue to give back to the Hispanic community? How are we going to continue to take one with us? Each one take one. And then so as we advance, we continue. And we have to also make it a a big deal, an important thing to do, to keep telling the young ones.
Yes.
Because they can become too soft.
So
Because they did not go through a lot of things we went through. So we have to remind them, this is not, don't take it for granted. So how are we going to continue to do that?
by being an example.
That's it.
Being an example, and don't ever give up. Don't ever give up on the young people.
Yeah.
Because I know us, like our generation, we suffer so much that we wanted to protect our little ones.
Yeah.
And we didn't want them to go through what we went through. But if you look back, it's like, okay, it's okay. They can go through hardship. They can suffer a little bit, so they'll appreciate when the good time comes.
Yes.
And I do that a lot. I talk a lot with young ladies, especially because I was 17 once and made the wrong decisions and made all this. And now that I'm talking with young ladies to tell them, just dream big, believe in yourself.
If your 17-year-old is listening to you right now, Miss Martha, can you say something to them, to their heart right now as you're talking
Of
to
course, I would say look in the mirror and talk to yourself. Love yourself. Don't ever give up. There's always hope. There's always hope. And if you're going through a bad time right now, just find a mentor. Find somebody that you respect and you love. And just be happy. There's always people like us, like Christine, like Sofia, like Adriana, like myself.
We are here for
Just
you.
reach out. You are not alone. Because we see a lot of women give up so easy, and because they don't have models around them.
Yes.
But we are here, always.
Well, I would say I have 3 young adults. So for me, the most important part since I became a widow was to show my kids that anything could be possible. You can do anything and everything if you set your mind to. But it's not only saying it. You know, it's not about the words.
That's
it's about
right.
the actions.
Correct.
It's about what they see
Demonstrate
you.
it, yes.
It's how they see you work every day and accomplish. Because that shows them that it can be done.
Wow.
So I think that the best way is raising our kids, showing them the possibilities through our example, like Martha
Correct.
said.
Yeah.
Now, I do want to speak to the women, because if you feel alone, if you feel you're in the worst moment of your life, we've all been through that.
Yes, we have.
But God already equipped us with the capacity, the abilities to get up and conquer the world.
Amen.
So all you need is just a little bit of strength, a little bit of sisterhood, finding yourself some women that will inspire you and will show you the way. And let me tell you, that's my purpose. That's what I do with Creando Alianzas. I want to see a lot of Latina women rise up, just conquer the world, do amazing things for their community, for their families, for themselves.
Come on.
Yes, that's what we want.
Yes.
And it can be done.
Of course,
Absolutely.
Yes.
And you have the last word.
Yeah, so I'll say impacting a life at a time. So
Okay.
if you
One at a time.
Yes. So
Yes.
if you impact one life, then this person will go and impact another life.
Absolutely.
So I'll say that's by example,
Yeah.
by empowering other people. So by many ways.
I just love it. Those of you who are watching us right now, I know by this time you're thinking that when you saw us first coming on the set looking all of that, you're thinking that it was just that. But when we started going deep, you realize that we came through some stuff to be able to be sitting here and having the right. And I said, it's a right. And then after that, I said, it's a privilege.
Correct.
And then after the privilege, it's an honor for us to have been doing life together, to be able to have propelled ourselves to a place where we can actually look back and bring somebody else with us.
Yes.
It's in us. It was given to us by our ancestors. We will never give up. We will never stop doing it. And so for us, those who are under that umbrella of this Heritage Month, I want to encourage you. I want to empower you to get up, shake yourself up and say, this is it. This is the month that I'm going to make something happen in my life. This is the month that I'm going to move forward and make my ancestors proud.
Yeah.
Because they went through some stuff.
Oh my. Yes.
They have. And so for us to have given up now, where we are in a land of such an opportunity, right? Of such things. Nothing is impossible to those who believe. And so we want you to believe in yourself. We want you to know that we are here. The sisterhood exists.
Yes.
Just find it
Find
among
it.
each one of us. Every time you meet someone, whether it's in your circle, whether it's just to your friends, reach out. Right now, we are starting a sisterhood right
Yes,
here.
totally.
We are saying, join us. Let's make this circle bigger. Let's make things more for those that are listening and are doing great things. Ladies, I don't know how to thank you. When I wanted to do this, I was thinking about Heritage Month, right? Hispanic Heritage Month. Who could I bring? But it was an inspiration for you guys to be here. It was not just that I was really writing. It was just like, call them. Boom, boom, boom. And so here we are, and we made it happen. People of Chandler, you have a lot of power right here. Hispanic women, you have a lot of examples right here. And so what I'm telling you today, don't give up. Let's just continue. May you have an amazing Hispanic Heritage Month.
Yes.
And make something of it, something beautiful, something that is powerful, that is empowering others to continue to do what they do best, which is to love each other and love others.
Amen to that. And just remember, this month is going to be parties every weekend with mariachis, with a lot of tacos, and everything.
It's coming at you.
It's coming. I'm sure the city of Chandler is going to do something
we're doing
amazing.
something. We have Contigo coming. We have so many other things. It's going to be popping.
Yeah, let's connect.
Let's
Let's get together with the margarita, mariachis, and tacos.
Yep.
And that's all we need in Hispanics, right?
So it is going to be amazing. So thank you again for watching. Ladies, let's just say goodbye to everyone, and we're just going to continue here and be happy ourselves. And love
Thank
you,
you, my love.
Chandler.